Everlast Powerlock 2 in the PU. Are these an improvement on the originals? Hello and welcome to Fit to Box channel. I'm Simon. I'm a full-time boxing coach, former amateur boxer, and I've been on YouTube 5 years now showing you the best and the worst of boxing equipment that is out there. So today's video is about these, the Powerlock 2 from Everlast, and I'll be doing a full review of these. I just want to cover off sort of a little bit of Powerlock history to start off with. Powerlock, of course, do fight gloves. So Everlast Powerlock leather fight gloves. The same fight gloves that Deontay Wilder wore against Tyson Fury. Hello, Deontay, if you're watching. So for me, they're a good fight glove. So I'll put on the screen that card. Then, of course, they had the training version. They had the Everlast Powerlock original in the leather, and I did a video when I first started where I didn't even show my face, and I had a pair of black and grey leather Powerlock that I had used quite a bit for sparring. I quite liked them actually for sparring. When I put that video up, a lot of viewers came back and said if you use them a lot on the bags that they break down very, very quickly. I hadn't really experienced that, but I had only used them predominantly for sparring. Okay, so that was sort of the feedback when it come to the Everlast Powerlock training gloves in the leather was if you use them on the bags they would break down quickly and the padding would sort of disintegrate. Those were the same gloves that Nicholas Asbury went into the shopping trolley and was feeling the gloves to say that Tyson Fury had took the padding out of those training gloves. I think that literally Tyson Fury had probably used them on the bags and the padding had disintegrated. Hello, Nicholas Asbury, if you're out there. So with those then, that was the leather version. They also did a Lucky Likey version, which was their PU version. The leather versions were about £100. The PU version of the Powerlock was about half of that, so under 50 English pounds. And they were sort of, in my opinion, a below average glove, because if you use them for a bit, at first they looked okay, but certainly on the bags they started to come away. The material was not very good, so the stitching started to go. They were just a poor glove when it came to sort of falling to bits after not very long. So just to recap, fight gloves in Powerlock, protective for fighters, good for fights. The leather training glove, decent in sparring, but if you use them on the bags, the padding is going to break down too quickly. And then you've got the PU ones, which were the cheaper ones, and they just fell to bits after a few weeks. So Powerlock, up to this stage, apart from the fight gloves, not a great reputation, although very, very popular amongst people. Also, Powerlock, we've got that there. Now, I was criticised from one quarter who basically in my first video had said that I just said, oh yeah, look, it's got Powerlock on the side. In reality, there's not much information from Everlast as to what Powerlock is. They basically say it's the foam inside that you can form a fist. I can't really sort of go singing and dancing about that statement because the padding in every glove forms around the fist. So that's why I didn't really make a song and dance about Powerlock, but that is their sort of name for it. Also with these gloves, and I'll show you the packaging. So they come in this packaging here, Powerlock training gloves. On the back, I'll read it to you. It says, features Powerlock turn back hook and loop closure system, keeping hands secure with a highly customizable fit. So what they're talking about there is they're talking about their new arrangement when it comes to the Velcro. So that what they're actually saying is it's Powerlock padding and Powerlock Velcro strap as well. So it's pretty much a catch-all when they use the word Powerlock. They're just describing everything in the world as Everlast Powerlock. What else does it say? It says quad-layered foam core for ideal level impact absorption and dispersion. Okay. Yeah, full mesh palm and sweat-resistant interior lining for moisture and temperature control during intense workouts. So that's pretty much what it says on there. Again, on there, it just says 100% PU. Let's move on to these. So let me show you them. The Powerlock 2. with that exclusive Powerlock technology that is in them. As you can see, you've got that mesh palm. These, of course, are the PU version, so these are the cheaper version. I'll come on to the costs in a moment. I'll put on the screen the PU version, the original Powerlock 1. It came out as a below average for me, 65.6. You know from my scoring that is a low score. These are available in red and black, although that, in my eyes, looks a bit more like orange than red. They come in a grey and black, and they come in a black and grey. So those are the three colourways that you can get. It says they are a high-grade PU, a high-grade synthetic leather, and the leather version is coming out soon. I would agree that this is a better PU than the Powerlock ones, as I've already covered, which fell to bits after a few weeks. I think these are a more sturdy glove. The cost of them, $59.99 US dollars, or 43, around that, 43 UK pounds. So let's have a closer look at the Powerlock. So these, the Everlast Powerlock 2, these are supposed to be in the red, but I do think they look a little bit more orange. So they are red and black, or orangey and black. And then as I turn around, you've got here quite a soft knuckle. That is the quad layer foam, what they call Powerlock technology in there. Okay, then we come on to the thumb. The thumb is comfortable. You've got that Powerlock badge there, which is the branding. You've then got the canvas attachment. It's quite a wide canvas attachment, although I don't like canvas attachments. I prefer to have a leather one, but it wouldn't have a leather one on a PU glove. Then we come on to the wrist. I think they've done a good job with the wrist. It's padded at the rear. Open it up. And then what you've got is you've got that D-ring there. So in there is like a metal D-ring. So it's pretty sturdy. The strap goes all the way through and does provide a good wrist, as you can see. Now if I take that out, then you can see on the front there you have got that mesh that goes all the way on that mesh palm. A lot of people don't like mesh palms, mainly because of the durability. I do think that the mesh palm on here is a higher grade of mesh to what you normally would get on a low cost glove. Okay, so I do think that they've gone a little bit more expensive on the mesh. You can see there you've got that there, which is the elastic to stop the gape. And again, as you're looking round, you can see the stitching. You can also see, let me show you on the other one, there's a few sort of loose threads here and there, loose thread there, a little bit there. And I've used these quite a bit on the bags. So again, I'm opening these up so you can see everything. Okay, so yeah, a few there again. Can you see that loose thread there? So they're not going to last forever. Lining, that is a good lining considering the price of these gloves at 43 UK pounds. And then in there, let's just have a look. So these are 14 ounce, as I've said, and then you've got there made in China, designed in the USA. So let me just show you lastly, that goes through there, and then that provides a good wrist at the back there. Okay, so I do like what they've done with that new wrist. So these gloves come in 12 ounce, 14 ounce and 16 ounce. I've got them in 14 ounce. So let's put the first one on. Okay, 14.5, okay, 14 ounce on the label, but you would expect with that Velcro arrangement that that would be more. So 14.5, that is good. It's a spot on weight. And 14.5, exactly the same for the right glove. That is superb. That weight can't be achieved by some of the more expensive gloves. You know, you can buy a pair of gloves that are £200 and they don't get the weight as spot on as these Everlast Powerlock 2 have. So let's have a look at the comfort. Open that up there. Put them on. Comfortable on the finger pads, comfortable behind the finger knuckles, comfortable in the thumb and at the front there. The only thing that I can say that I think could be improved is when you move your hand like that, the lining inside is going backwards and forwards. Okay, so I can move the lining pretty easily. You know, as I'm doing that, I'm actually doing that with the lining inside, and the lining is not stopping me doing it. It's just gathered around my fingers. So that's sort of a little bit baggy. In terms of the lining, it is comfortable around the hands. That is a really good wrist, I have to say. It is a good improvement. You can get a good wrist support there. You can open the hands fine, although you have got that little bit of movement in the fingertip area because of that lining. But they are more comfortable than Powerlock 1. Powerlock 1 probably would have fell to bits during this review, but these ones haven't, which is good. It shows the durability in these. Okay, you can open your hands in these exactly the same. They are good on the finger pad, good behind the fingers. The thumb's fine. You have, of course, got that attachment, which is canvas, which, as you know, I don't like ever. You've got the mesh palm. It allows you to open up. There's a big hole there as well, so you can literally feel the air sort of gushing through the hole. That's probably a Powerlock hole where it just goes through. Let's just call it that. Okay, the standard of the mesh in there is very good as well. I think that's a higher grade of mesh on the palm that you would get on normally a glove for under £50. Okay, so in terms of what they feel like, when you're using them, use them on the bags, and they were great. Give them a real good bashing as well. And although there is a few sort of little loose threads here and there, I was quite impressed with the durability. I thought that they was decent on the bag, and also for sparring. When using them for sparring, again, a little bit of movement with the lining inside. If you can get on with that, then they're decent for sparring as well. They're not going to last forever. Obviously, they'll last longer than the Powerlock 1, definitely. So we have to see what the leather Powerlock 2, what they're going to be like. Hopefully their padding is better than Powerlock 1. So these are going to go into the Fit to Box featherweight division for gloves below 50 English pounds, which is below $60 US. So let me get the card up on the screen. I've gone style 90, comfort 90, durability 88, sparring 86, bag 88, value for money 89 at $59.99 US or a 43 English pounds. And so the overall score 88.5. They come out for me as an above average glove. They've got no stars, but if you think about it, Powerlock 1 in the PU, I put them as a below average. So these have moved up a couple of levels from those first ones. And I really do think that these will be very popular. One, because they're Everlast, and two, because they're quite cheap. So people will go into like your Sports Directs, they'll see Everlast, they'll recognise it as a name, they'll see the Powerlock and they'll be just enchanted by the Powerlock technology that covers all of this and is actually going up into my arm now, the Powerlock technology. It's that. There's so much to it. So with that, I think the leather is coming soon, so they'll be a better glove than these. These are improved on the originals. They are more durable. They are definitely a better quality, both in the PU there, but also the mesh, and also that wrist as well. I think they've done a good job with that. So again, just to tell you, so these are a sub £45 glove, 88.5, no stars, and they are on the Fit to Box rating above average. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box channel, and I shall speak to you soon.